And I think what's really important for me today is about how we're going to take this to the next level. If we're sitting here in 20 years' time, you know, people will be using technology even more than we do now. So we've really got to start thinking quite differently, I think, about what we're doing. So I want us to be ambitious, actually. I want us to be ambitious for ourselves, you know, for our families, for our friends, for the residents of Kent and Medway, because that's our job. And we all know the challenge, don't we, that we're facing. Increasing demands, people having higher and higher expectations, growing number of older people in our population, daily advances in science and technology, and having to do meet all of those needs really with the same money that we've had for the past period. You know, no growth in real terms for health or social care. But it seems to me, if we're going to accelerate the implementation of technology, it is pointless doing that unless we change the systems and processes within our services. You know, and what do people want? They want personalised services tailored to them. They don't care about the boundaries between departments and organisations and health and social care. They just want first-class services. And I think that's where we need to focus our effort and energy to really make, to meet people's expectations and indeed their rights. So just looking back a little bit, as Graham said, we have a proven track record in Kent. Everywhere I go, I meet people that say, you know, actually here in Kent and Medway, you're ahead of much of the rest of the country. There are pockets of really great practice, and we're going to hear about some of those today. You've got fantastic links to Europe. You're up there with the best of international companies in the way you're applying technology. You know, why aren't you taking it to the next level? But then I hear the other debate, which has been running in the press actually over the recent weeks, and that's the sceptical debate. It's, well, is it really worth all the investment? Has it really made any impact on the usage of our accident and emergency services? You know, where are the results of the whole system demonstrator that we're waiting for? And I hope there's going to be some good, challenging questions during the day about that, because for as many converts, there's as many sceptics. And, you know, we need to win hearts and minds here. So can I just say a little bit about health, wealth and innovation? This was published in December 2011. If you haven't read it, you should. It's not a long document, and it's a pretty good read. And it was authored and led by Sir Ian Carruthers, who's now our Chief Executive across the south of England. And it talks about those pretty simple things that are happening in various parts of the country that, if we rolled out at scale, could make a huge difference to not just health and well-being, but also saving lives of residents. So please read it. And it was quite interesting. At the end of February, a health and social care team from Kent and Medway went to meet with the New South of England to present our plan, and I'm going to come on to talk a bit about our plan. So there were all our clinical leaders from our clinical commissioning groups, representatives of providers, Medway Council, Kent County Council, some of my team. And the message was, you lot have got a pretty good plan. You know, the Kent and Medway system is very functional. You've done some transformational stuff in a number of areas. Are you going to fly with the pack, or are you going to be really ambitious and fly above the pack? Because when I look across the south of England, said Sir Ian, you can certainly do that. So I think that's, you know, it's a good challenge, isn't it? And that group of people left that room pretty energised about what we can achieve together for our residents. So people have confidence in us. You know, they think we're impressive, but we just need to get on and deliver at pace. So just to touch a little bit on our plan, last Friday we submitted our integrated operational plan for the year that we're about to go into. This is what we call our plan on a page, and it's fantastic timing, Anna and Alison, for this event, because one of the main planks of our plan is personalised and proactive care. So it's supporting people with long-term conditions. And if you think the breadth of conditions that are included within that, that touches on, you know, tens of thousands of people who live in Kent and Medway. And that's why I think we need to really think hard about how we're going to use the learning that we've had over, well, getting on for a decade actually, particularly since our local authority colleagues were using the telecare technology, which is second nature now for many people. So here's just some example of things that we're already doing. There's some great examples, not only in people's own homes, and we're going to hear from Harris and Sheila shortly. I should say Harris, our well-known star of national press and media. So it's great, as Graham has said, to have you here. But, you know, telemedicine in prisons. We've got some 6,000 prisoners in Kent and Medway. And increasingly, consultations, you know, are taking place remotely. You know, people are not having to move from their place of residence. Great examples of technology in our pathology and pharmacy departments, and I know we've got people from our trusts here as well. So there's no shortage of good ideas, and I hope you'll take time, particularly during the lunch break, you know, to talk to others about all the things that are going on. So just to talk a little bit about the Kent offer, we've got a lot going for us, but we really need to pull that all together. Sometime back in the summer, it occurred to me that we've got all these pockets of innovation supporting our integrated plan, but we've got no way of drawing those things together. So very recently we went to the market, appointed a social enterprise called the Young Foundation to act as our innovation hub. And I describe them as a sort of dating agency, really. So they'll be the repository of all things good in Kent and Medway. And if somebody is working on something to deliver a particular plan, they will be able to put you in touch with others who are doing similar work, have really good links nationally and indeed internationally. And we'll take every opportunity to work with our partners in the University of Kent. And again, very important players in our local economy. So, you know, we've got some great opportunities, I think, as well to work with academic institutions to really tap into funding that's available to accelerate this programme. So anything's possible, I think, today. We do want to be ambitious. Let's be questioning and challenging. Let's not just take for granted that what we're being told will work for us, but equally don't be sceptical.